And with like a whole bunch of update and formatting. Erin was saying her grandfather had a CNC.
Yeah.
Oh. Do you know what size or what type? Or
I don't. It was definitely smaller than this, and it's my uncle has it now, and he lives in Lake Superior.
Oh, nice.
So he still sails.
Yeah. Well, because these boats are from
Ontario.
that part of Canada, yeah.
Right.
Like
I was
so.
wondering how this one got out here.
Yeah.
Or that one.
Right. Yeah. Well, they build them and then they ship them out and finish them out here, probably.
Oh, okay.
Like but that was where the factory was, or the shipyard, or for CNC.
Yeah. Yeah. So one day we'll have to go to Thunder Bay and check out my grandfather's sailboat.
Yeah, for sure.
That'd be really cool.
And how are you enjoying the boat so far? The cruising life?
Well, I'm looking forward to summer.
Yeah.
Max is so enthusiastic that we go out when it's raining 60 millimeters a day and blowing 35 knots in the harbor. So it's been a mixture of scary and fun and steep learning curve. I feel like I'm getting to know the parts of the boat better now, and the more I know, the less scary it is. But
it's good way to learn out in the harbor. Experience 35 knots out there.
Yeah, you're not too far away then.
Yeah, there's just lots of stuff to dodge. And there's a lot of shipping traffic, which has been exciting too. But
yeah. Well.
But yeah, I'm excited for...
Summer is nice.
Summer's nice, and destinations are nice as well.
Yeah, it's not just about sailing in circles around the harbor. It's about getting to some pretty cool places.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
Yeah. We had a lot of fun this last summer. So.
We've been watching.
Yeah, so hopefully
I was just saying, when's the next video out? And she said
it's been
this
a while.
morning.
Yeah,
really?
uploaded this morning.
I
Yeah.
feel like we checked,
missed it.
but we must have posted it right after we checked.
It's funny, all like the little things you don't think about until you're like running out the door.
Yeah.
Salt and pepper.
Oh yeah, like don't
I
have
didn't
salt
even
and
think about
pepper.
that. But I think we made all our food.
Yeah.
It would just be good to eat right away. So.
But for me, it's a little different because, like, I've got everything on here all the time. So, yeah, I mean, there's always salt and pepper. There's always all the knives and there's cutlery and like, and when we go anywhere else, or come back, and we don't need to worry about bringing it.
What have you done with your water since we've had this
the water
Giardia cryptosporidium issue in town? Did you fill up since that happened, or?
I haven't filled up since that happened, but I built a rain catcher. And,
nice.
I should maybe put it up if it's raining.
You were talking about that a while back.
Yeah.
So it's the next day, and it looks like you're having a lazy morning.
I am. I've got my tea and my book, and
The fireplace?
fireplace. It wasn't that cold last night. We stayed warm enough. Rafted up to Max and Erin, the Avita. It was a bit windy this morning waking up. You got up to check the depth and make sure we hadn't dragged anywhere, which we hadn't. And they're having soup. You had your cereal, I'm having my tea.
Lazy morning.
Nice and cozy. You're going to wait till high tide before we make a move anywhere. You can really feel the wind coming in, different from yesterday.
Yeah. And we're not in a hurry. And we'll wait a few hours and then we'll pull anchor and head back home.
Yeah.
Quick getaway.
Yeah, but relaxing.
Time to go. It's high tide. And even with the stormy weather, it wasn't bad being rafted up because it's the waves come from the bow. And just sort of been having a lazy morning and waiting for the tide to get high enough to leave. We could leave any time, but nice to get a little bit of the push with us on our way out. So, and raining. Gonna start untying and
see Max and Aaron off. They had a good night on their boat, and hopefully they'll be out here doing this on their own soon. Well, we're back at the marina, and it was a really fun weekend with Max and Aaron. Congratulations on getting the new boat, you guys. And some of you may not be aware that Prince Rupert's been on a boil water advisory for almost 2 weeks now. But I'm not affected by that because I have a rain catcher I've made. I'll show you guys. I made this a little while ago, and it's really simple, just a tarp. It's got a through hull with a washer on it where the water comes in at the base there. Just 3 attachments on the back side. On the front there's a pole that keeps it all taut along the front edge. And then I have my hose coming down, and you can see it's full of water if you look closely. It's just drains in to my water tank. And let's go take a look up top there. So the rain just all catches, and I have a little screen right here so that if any debris goes on here, like a leaf or something, it won't go down into the hose and into my tanks. And that's how I can collect water when I'm out cruising, or at the moment at the docks here in Prince Rupert, because I don't want to put the contaminated water into my tanks. It's just held on right here by a little bungee to keep it down, so that stays as the low point. And you can probably see water dripping in as it collects. It is raining. It's not raining super hard, but it is raining out, so I'm not going to stay out there. And I haven't used the rain catcher a lot yet, but not great in strong winds. But it's a little breezy today and gusty, so it's a good test for it. And I'll see how much water I collect. I put a little mark on my tank, or with a piece of tape, so I'll check it out tonight and see how much water I collected. So here we are the next day, and I thought I'd share with you all the results of the rain catcher. So yesterday I set it up around 3 p.m. and then I checked it at 7 p.m. and then I'll show you what I did to mark those times. And then I didn't check it again until this morning at about 8 a.m. and it was full. So let's take a look. This is how I monitor my water tanks. I have one water tank under the starboard settee, and I have a second water tank under the port settee. They equalize out with a line that connects the two tanks together. So when I had the rain catcher set up, I only had it filling the port tank, and as it filled, it equalizes and fills up the starboard tank. So this is the only tank I need to look at to know what the level is in both tanks. So under here, there used to be storage, but like I said, there's now a water tank under there. And I'm not sure if you can see it, but 3 p.m. after getting back from the trip, this is the level that the water was at. So the water was right at the top of this piece of tape. Oh, you can't even see the tape. Let me get a light. There, that's better. I'll stick the light right like that for now. So, I'll do this again. Here is 3 p.m. The water level, you can see the water level. This would be dark and then it would just look white where there wasn't water. But at 3 p.m. when we got back, this is the level that it was at right at the top of this tape. I set the rain catcher up. By 7 p.m. the level had risen. That's approximately 2 inches. I measured it. And of course this is filling both tanks at the same time. So it's doubled the capacity, really, of what I'm seeing here. And then when I woke up in the morning, it was right to the top. I can't see beyond there, and if I can't see that, I know it's full. So that was my little rain catcher experiment. I've tried it once before, the rain catcher, but it was really windy, and that the other time I tried it, and I hadn't figured out a good way to tie everything down. And I thought I'd give it a go again last night because there's that boil water advisory here, and I was starting to get a bit low. The tanks were a little down when the advisory came on, and I didn't have a chance to top them up. Once the advisory came on, it was unexpected. And yeah, it's exciting to know that I can collect my own water. There's probably going to be the question of, what about birds flying overhead and pooing on the collector, the big tarp? Well, it was pretty gusty and windy and raining pretty hard, so there's not that many birds flying around in those conditions when it's raining like that. And after dark, there's very few birds flying. So, and a lot of them are not flying at all once it gets late. So, I'm not too concerned. And well, this morning when I saw that it was full, I just took the tarp, the rain catcher down, because I didn't want to leave it up all day in case there was some bird activity. So that would be my only concern if you're going to do this, is just sort of think about the bird activity at your marina, and is that going to be an issue? Of course, I'm mostly going to be using this out when I'm at anchor, and I've rarely had birds around the boat when I'm cruising and at anchor in a bay, so not too concerned about that. But that was a good test. So from 3 p.m. yesterday till 7 a.m., I don't know what time it was full, but at some point through the night it was totally full. And it was a pretty decent rain. It was not a little drizzle, so of course that's going to be a factor in how long it takes and how much water I collect, is how much rain is falling. So yeah, anyways, kind of a fun little experiment and something that I know I can use while I'm out cruising. I did the floors recently. You may have seen, if you follow my Facebook, that it's a bit dark in here, and this light's not very good. It's just yeah, it's not showing you much. But I put 8 coats of satin varnish on the floors, and I think it turned out okay. I don't think I really needed to put the varnish on, but I was doing something else and I thought I'm going to pull the floor up. And I didn't make a video for that. It's just I pulled the floor up and sanded it and prepped it all off-site in a garage, which was nice to do because it's easier to work when things are up on tables. But my Facebook page has a few photos of the process, and the start and what it looked like in the boat without the floor in. And yeah, I don't know what's next on the agenda for filming, but I will think of something, I'm sure, and hope you guys will stay tuned and see what happens next. So here we are in Hawaii with the kids, and we're in HANAUMA Bay snorkeling. I haven't taken much video this trip because just trying to spend time with the kids and focus on that. But we thought we'd bring the GoPro with us today, and it's January 2nd, 2019. What do you think of Hawaii so far?
Nice.
And here's Tate. He's been surfing lots. Now we're gonna go snorkel around. So, from Life is Like Sailing, Happy New Year, everybody.
Play around. How are you guys?
How was it?
Good.